When I was 14 years old, I worked in a butcher's shop. One of the best experiences of my life. It taught me how important it is to have a relationship with your customers, and ultimately how to treat people well can end up enhancing your brand and ultimately ensuring you beat the big boys even if they come to town with cheaper product. The best story I have, probably of my whole life, that I gained while working in the butcher's shop, and this is what happened to me. We used to have a rule. We used to not be open on Sundays. On Saturdays, we had to try and sell all the produce that was for sale in the outlet. And the owner of the shop used to say to us, you get a £5 bonus if you manage to sell all the stock. So this one day, it was about 4 o'clock, we closed at 5 o'clock, I knew we only had one chicken left. This butcher shop was a little bit different to the one that I used to work in. We used to keep all the meat underneath the counter, and it was just display stuff on here. We didn't sell it. It was more like pricing and where the produce came from, and that's what we used to use this counter for, and all the meat itself was under the counter. And this one day at 4 o'clock, this very regular customer came in. This customer normally spoke to the owner. She knew him very well and they were friends, but I was the one she chose to spoke to this day. Remember, I'm 14 years old and this is what happened. She said to me, "Hi Simon, I'd like to buy a chicken." And I thought to myself at that time, under the counter I knew we had one chicken left, so I celebrated a little bit and thought to myself, great, we're going to sell that chicken, we're closer to our target of getting our bonus at the end of the day. So I went under the counter and I pulled out the chicken and I put it on some scales. The chicken was 3 kilos. The customer then said to me, "Oh Simon, I actually need a chicken that's more like 4 kilos, ideally." So I thought to myself in that split moment, the 14-year-old me said, okay, and I put the chicken again back under the counter and I took out exactly the same chicken and I put it back on the scales. But this time I held my finger on the scale a little bit and the chicken was exactly 4 kilos. The customer then said, "Perfect, I'll take it." And I thought to myself, great, I've sold that chicken. And then she said, "In fact, I'll have them both." At which point my heart sunk. But I learned a valuable lesson from that embarrassing moment that day, that you should never sell what you don't have. And for the rest of my time in that butcher's shop, that lesson stuck with me, and I was always sincere in every way about the product offering we had. But we all need to make mistakes, and we all are not perfect individuals, and our moral compass can get questioned and tested at different points, especially when things like bonuses and extras, this, that and the others are put in our way as incentivization to do things that perhaps we wouldn't normally do. So just keep that in mind, folks. Don't let your moral code ever get corrupted, and keep working on improving your own personal belief system, and don't let anyone compromise it. Thank you so much. I miss working at a butcher's shop. Those were the days. If you found my content useful, I'd really appreciate it if you gave me a like or gave me some feedback. If there's any content that you want me to produce that could help you start a business or help you scale your existing business, then just drop me a line through my website simonsquibb.com, or again, drop me a comment. I always reply. Equally, if there's anybody out there that needs to hear this story around moral code and not getting compromised, perhaps discreetly share this video with them. Ultimately, we all need a bit of encouragement and support. So thank you for listening.